Well, hello everyone on this beautiful Friday. Unfortunately, going to be hot again Friday. Welcome back to Let's Discuss. I need to apologize because in my last video, I said that we would talk about the second GOP debate, or we would discuss the second GOP debate. And man, I got to be honest with you, disappointed again. And took me a day before I really wanted to discuss it because I wasn't sure what to discuss. Um, it was sure did feel a lot like the first one in the sense that it was a you know playground playground uh, brawl, kind of like the first one. I guess there was a little more substance in some of the things that they said, but I will tell you right now, I was one of probably many of you that didn't make it through the whole debate. After a while, I just got tired of it, and it was late, and I wasn't hearing anything that was gonna really tilt the scales for me. I mean, for my for my liberal friends out there, I understand why you probably look at these people and go, "Man, I don't want any of them representing me." Um, not because of substance, because you may not agree with some of their platform, but just the way that they acted. Um, the I, I get it. I get from one point that all of these candidates want to try to stand out and they want to be heard and they want to, be remembered. They want their sound bites that get played every day as the talking heads, um, discuss the debate and poll numbers and blah, blah, blah. But but honestly, from my standpoint as a conservative, I mean, I want some civility. I will tell you right now, one of the few people that I saw on stage that talked about real substance and did it with civility was the North Dakota governor. And unfortunately, the way that he's polling right now, he's not going to get the nomination. Um, he's a successful, intelligent person who comes off with the kind of values that that I'm interested in. I mean, he comes off as somebody that cares about the people of the United States, the voters, their well-being, the things that need to be done to really help us. And it doesn't matter whether you're left or right. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you're liberal or conservative. There's a lot of people in this country that are hurting right now. I didn't hear anybody really talk about this unbelievable inflation that we're dealing with and the pain that it really is causing people. I mean, it again doesn't matter whether you're conservative or liberal, you're feeling pain. There's such a small percentage of our country that thinks everything is great. Um, I'm I'm not going to judge, you know, why they feel that way. Um, and by the way, if their lives are great, more power to them. I'm happy for them. But there's a majority of us that are feeling a lot of pain. And I want to hear the candidates talk about how they're going to fix the pain. By the way, fixing the pain does not mean that the government needs to step in and fix the pain. I would like to hear how they're going to get the government out of our way. The government has created this pain. And the GOP candidates need to start talking about how they're going to get out of the way and let the American people breathe, live their lives, give them the ability to pay their bills. Um, Somebody's got to start stepping up. I mean, I've said this many times. Uh, Being the president of the United States is like the closest thing to a modern day Caesar. I mean, you're the leader of the free world. People all over the world look to us with envy at what we have, what we can do, what we can accomplish, and all the people that we have helped in the world because of our success. Okay? And because of that, is it too much to ask to have somebody that is civil, somebody that actually cares about the voters, somebody that wants to get out of our way? So again, we can lead lives of prosperity instead of being pushed down. Um, our friends on the left love to talk about, and rightfully so, this this great chasm between the ultra rich, which keep getting richer, and the average person that is just trying to live their lives. And that gap just keeps going like this. That gap's caused because the government is getting in the way. They're holding people down. They're keeping people from actually taking personal responsibility for their lives and living their lives and finding prosperity. There are so many opportunities for people, so many opportunities. If we could just be given the chance to thrive instead of being crushed, instead of this trying to find the common denominator for everyone. Well, common denominator for everyone is a pretty low standard of living. And I don't want to have that standard of living. You don't want to have that standard of living. Again, whether you're on the right or the left, you don't want that for your family. You don't want that for your kids, right? So let's stop with the childish crap. And let's start talking about a message that serves all people. Let's start talking about a message where we're allowed to actually have the rights that are in our Constitution. Both sides talk about democracy. We don't live in a democracy, by the way. We live in a representative democracy, which is different, but has a lot of the same principles, which is people being allowed to have the freedom to live their lives the way that they want to live their lives. And I can't imagine, whether you're on the right or the left, that you don't want to live your life the way that you want to live your life. So, again, very disappointed in the GOP debate. Very disappointed. We need somebody to step up. We need somebody to step up and tell us that we're going to have our rights back, that we're not going to be investigated because of our beliefs, that we're not going to be economically crushed by government intervention, um, and that we can be who we want to be. We can believe what we want to believe, and we can lead our lives the way we want to lead our lives. I think both sides of the aisle can agree that, as long as your belief systems and your actions don't affect other people's lives, then leave us alone. Leave us alone. Please, for the love of God, leave us alone. Um, there'll be another debate. I really hope that some advisors for these GOP candidates step up and say, you know what? got to start talking to the American people about the things that are important to them. Not all this trivial crap that they love spending their time getting sound bites on instead of what's really important, which is how am I going to feed my family this week? How am I going to pay my rent or my mortgage next week? Um, how am I going to have the freedom to lead the life that I want to lead, believe in the things that I want to believe in, worship the way that I want to worship? What somebody, somebody out there who is a consultant or an advisor to one of these candidates, sit down and have that conversation with them. Guarantee, I would almost guarantee that if in the next debate a candidate steps up and starts talking about, you know, Ronald Reagan's old saying about the scariest words in the English language is, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. if they if somebody would just step up and say, you know what, if I was president, I would get the government out of your way. I would let you lead your lives. I would give you an opportunity for prosperity. Man, what a slogan and what a platform to stand on. That person would get my vote. And by the way, I think those even on the I think the people on the left, I think the people in the center want to hear that message too, because we all are feeling some level of oppression, and it comes directly out of Washington. And we've got to we've got to break free from this, or else, who knows where we're going as a country. But it certainly is not the principles and the verbiage of our Constitution, which are all about your individual rights and being protected from an oppressive government. None of us want that. Somebody please listen. Somebody discuss this. Discuss it with the people that are running for office. Start thinking about the people. Let's not have another GOP debate like this last two, because, man, oh, what a waste of airtime. I hope, despite any negativity that you get from the video, that you understand where I'm coming from. If you don't, let's discuss it. Um, and you know what? I hope that despite all of the current hardships we're all facing, I do hope that you all had a wonderful, blessed week, that you have a fantastic weekend, and that you find prosperity in the days to come. Have a great weekend.